I let out a sob and sank back on the bed, gasping as my eyes gushed and my nose ran, snot mixed with tears falling on my oversized T-shirt that was beginning to fray at the hem. "What's going on?" My parents appeared in the doorway, my dad's skimpy hair sticking up every which way. I looked up at them through blurry eyes, unable to say the words. "There's not going to be a wedding," Julia informed them. "Not going to be a wedding?" My Aunt Tess, champion and surrogate mother, strode into the room behind my parents and enfolded me in her wiry arms. I laid my head against her chenille-robed chest and cried, and wondered if it was possible to text message a kick in the groin. As I approached the kitchen the next morning, I could hear my twin cousins, Timmy and Tommy, Tess's 16-year-old sons, plotting revenge. "We'll give Chris something to think about." "Oh, yeah, and then some." "Now, boys," my mother started, but broke off when she saw me in the doorway. "How are you feeling this morning, dear?" she asked. "Just great, especially for someone who just got dumped. It's not every day a girl gets left at the altar. We should celebrate." Mom flushed and turned her attention back to frying bacon. Julia looked down at her lap. "Take it easy, Chloe." My dad squeezed my shoulder as he set down a cup of coffee in front of me. "Sniping at your mother won't make things any better." "You're right." I gulped the French roast and scalded my tongue. "Sorry, Mom." Mom, who is all sweetness and light, content to cook and clean for her family, sew costumes for church, do crafts, and volunteer in the nursery, is completely my opposite. I'm the undomestic, uncrafty daughter with perpetually bad hair who hates sewing, cooking, cleaning, and especially nursery work. Mom reads Better Homes and Gardens. I read John Grisham. Mom reads the Reader's Digest condensed version, and I read the unabridged, uncut, unsterilized version. And as such, our relationship is often about miscues and miscommunication. Julia the Perfect is, of course, Mom's clone. When I got engaged, though, Mom was suddenly in my world and in her element, helping clueless me pick out flowers, bridesmaid dresses, the cake, everything. Now, with one late-night text message, that was all gone. I looked at the kitchen clock, 8:25, and wondered how I was going to get through the next couple of minutes, much less hours. I stared at the second hand as it made its agonizingly slow sweep around the numbers. 5 seconds. 10 seconds. 12. How could time be so interminable, so painful? Each sweep of the hand taking me closer to the scheduled time of my walk down the aisle was like a butcher knife through my heart. I wanted to scream, kick, and tear my hair, but that wasn't my style. Instead, I pushed my messy hair behind my ears and glanced across the breakfast table to my red-headed cousins who'd stayed over last night along with Tess for the wedding. The wedding that was no more. "I heard the phone ring," I said casually. "Was it Chris? Did you guys talk to him?" I tried to still the hopeful flutter in my breast. "I'm sorry, honey, it was Ryan," Tess said. "He called to let us know that no one would be able to reach Chris. He was heading out on a backpacking trip so he could get away and," she made quote marks with her hands, "think. Ryan also said he'd contacted the pastor and told all Chris's friends and family what happened." "Didn't waste any time, did he?" I slapped my mug on the table, sloshing the muddy brown liquid over the top. I'd actually known Ryan before Chris. We were friends in the same singles Sunday school class at church, and it was at a singles event, a hike along the Pacific Crest Trail, where Ryan had introduced me to his new roommate, Chris. One look into Chris's gorgeous hazel eyes flecked with gold, and I was gone. Hiking wasn't really my thing, a little too heavy on the bugs, lizards, and exertion. Plus, there was always the prospect of mountain lions waiting to pounce on unsuspecting city girl me. No thanks. I'd rather stay home curled up with a good book. On that particular day, however, Shannon, a friend of sorts from the singles group who was nursing a major crush on Ryan, had pleaded with me to go along. "Come on, Chloe, you don't even really have to hike," she cajoled, knowing full well my aversion to the great outdoors.